For the past week and a half, I have been using the iPhone 15 Pro Max and the Samsung S24 Ultras camera. But today, we're going to be comparing both phones and see who takes the better photos and also who takes the better videos. So yeah, let's get on with it. So I've been using the iPhone 15 Pro Max and the Samsung S24 Ultra, and I've been comparing both cameras. I've been taking pictures, I've been taking videos, zoom in pictures, ultra zoomed in pictures, and I've just been looking at which one actually looks better. And in this comparison, I'm not gonna actually be talking about the technical details of the pictures. I'll be talking about which one just looks better. The technicality of pictures don't really matter to most people. People want to know which one looks better. So in this comparison, we're just going to be talking about the looks of these images. All right, so as you can see, the sun is currently setting, and I was able to take a picture with the iPhone and the Samsung of this very scene. With the iPhone image, you can see that it looks a little bit washed out, regular colors. The sunset isn't as warm in the picture. On the Samsung S24 Ultra, it can make you seem that the sunset is very, very bright and warm. And that's just not the case. I mean, me personally, if you're just looking at an image, the Samsung image does look better because it just feels more warm. It feels more like it's actually showing you the things that you actually want to see in the image. So if you're taking a picture of the sunset, the things that you actually want to pop out is the color, the warmth of the sunset. So the iPhone image just doesn't do that, and the Samsung image does. I would give this round to the Samsung just because it actually contrasts and builds up the saturation of the image perfectly. All right, so I have mentioned before that the iPhone take pictures and make them look realistic, and the Samsung just tries to make the pictures look better. But here's the issue. So with the iPhone, if you're taking a picture and the scenario is just not a good scenario, if the lighting is bad, then your picture is not going to be good. But with the Samsung, if you're in a bad scenario, it might actually make the picture look better than real life, which some people might think that's a better option. So if you look at this picture, I was taking a picture of a tree, and as you can see, the iPhone image, the tree is very, very dark. But if you look at the image of the Samsung, the same image, the tree is a lot brighter, and it just looks like a better photo. But here's the catch. I took another picture with the 5x zoom on the iPhone, and with that picture, you can see it was very, very sunsetty, and the light of the sun was beaming straight on this red door, and the colors were very, very saturated and punchy naturally. But with the Samsung, the same image, same place, same time, you can see that the picture is a lot brighter. It removes a lot of that rich warmth from the sun, and it just makes the picture seems bland because the Samsung is trying to fix something that is not broken. It's actually trying to make the picture better, but the situation is already perfect. At least with the iPhone, you can fix it with extra lighting or maybe put a filter after you take the picture or do some editing after. But with the Samsung S24 Ultra, it's trying to fix something that might not be broken. So you might not want to always try to fix your pictures or situations, and you just want to take a regular photo. There are other pictures that have different situations, so let's get on to those other pictures. If there's one thing I came to realize with the Samsung S24 Ultra is that the zoom in options of this phone doesn't really replicate the same zoom in options with the iPhone. So here's an example. I took a picture of this speed sign, and I zoomed in 5x on the iPhone, this 5x on the Samsung S24 Ultra. So right now you're currently looking at the iPhone's image, and you can see the borders, you can see outside of the street name and everything else. But with the Samsung image, it kind of punches in a little bit more, and there's a lot less things that you can see in that image. If that's better or worse, I'm not sure. But one thing that really annoyed me when doing this test is that zooming in too much can be very annoying because your only option to really keep that quality is for you to back up. Not zooming in enough isn't as a problem because you can take in a picture with a 5x, and if you need to zoom in just a little bit more, just crop the image. So yeah, I would suggest maybe comparing both to yourself, but a lot of the 5x zooms images were just a little bit too much on the Samsung S24 Ultra, and I found myself having to back up a little bit more so I can get everything in the photo. All right, so I know how Samsung loves to talk about their zooming options, but I actually think that this is probably the worst thing that they've done to their phones. So when you're zooming in with the Samsung S24 Ultra past the 5x, even I would say past the 10x actually, a lot of the images look like AI filters or AI images. And it makes the image look very, very bad. So if you're comparing this 25x photo on the iPhone with this 25x photo on the Samsung S24 Ultra, the Samsung S24 Ultra is smoothed out a little too much. It's trying to make the picture look good and not as grainy, but it just makes it look like an AI generated image. It removes the quality from that image. So yes, zooming in past the 10x on the Samsung S24 Ultra, in my opinion, is a no-go because the pictures look very, very bad. All right, so I'm not going to compare the iPhone to the Samsung anymore. Let's compare the Samsung S24 Ultra to the Samsung S24 Ultra. So if you notice, the Samsung has 100x zoom on their phones, especially with the Ultras. But the 100x zoom, like I mentioned before, it looks a lot like AI generated photos. But in the settings, you can actually minimize how much AI enhancements you can actually do to your photos. So you can look at this photo of me zooming in 100x. You can see one image is a lot smoother, but just feels more artificial. And the other one is more grainier, but feels more real. And me personally, I would go with the one that looks more grainy because the AI enhancement version just makes it look fake. Doesn't really make it look like a real photo, and I wouldn't want to use that. And yes, it's cool to have a 100x zoom, but if it looks like this, then I don't think I really want it. So yeah, I would say turn off the AI enhancements that you can get with your photos if you're going to be zooming in so much. In general, the zoom in options on the Samsung S24 Ultra does seem to be like a gimmick, so I would be cautious if you're buying this phone for the 100x zoom. All right, I hope you guys can actually see the sunset. It's actually very beautiful. But if you're trying to capture an image, a photo is just one way of doing it, and taking a video is another better way to capture moments. So with the video of the Samsung S24 Ultra, I mean, the 4K 60 FPS looks decent, but just looks less smooth than the iPhone. The quality is actually okay, but it looks a little bit more grainy. This could be a good thing or a bad thing, but for me, I like the iPhone 4K 60 FPS video better. I'll let you guys see 4K 60 on the Samsung and 4K 60 on the iPhone. All right, but the Samsung also offers 8K 30 FPS. And you might imagine 8K is double 4K, so yes, automatically better, but no. Have a look of how the 8K video look on the Samsung S24 Ultra. So you guys saw how the video looked with 8K 30 FPS. And I think that the 8K is just a gimmick. Avoid it at all costs. Don't even bother buying the phone specifically for the 8K video because it's horrible. Let's move on to something that's actually hard for both phones. Even right now, filming on my iPhone 15 Pro Max, I'm trying to finish this video before it gets too dark and the image quality diminishes significantly. So let's get on with it. Nighttime photos. So nighttime photos on the iPhone and the Samsung S24 Ultra, they both do basically the same thing. A lot of AI and enhancements going on with the photos, but the Samsung just does it in a way where I can't really get behind. So the colors of these images don't really replicate the actual scenario. But with nighttime photos, it just makes it look something too artificial. If the sky have a little hint of blue, the AI images on the S24 Ultra is going to make it very, very bluish. But with the iPhone, it's going to make it maybe grayish, darkish, blackish, which is what you're actually going to see in real life. Wow, I mumbled my words there. But okay, yeah, so the Samsung S24 Ultra images are just going to pop out whatever little hint of color they see. And with the nighttime photos, it just makes it look very fake. Both of them look good. I mean, if you're not looking for something that's realistic and you just want something to look good, even though you can tell it's actually artificial and actually AI enhanced, then yeah, the Samsung is going to do the job. So that's pretty much it for the iPhone and the Samsung S24 Ultra comparison. Samsung is trying to give you a better image no matter the cost at every single chance it can get. And it doesn't really let you to actually do the enhancements yourselves. It actually wants to do it for you. The iPhone is going to actually try to capture the moment, the realistic moment, and let you do the editing and try to make that even better, either with the lighting, either with the scenario, or with the post-production of the photo. So you let me know which one is actually better. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See you guys in another video. Peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, peace.